this hour of Home Talk, the man from the Bayou Land and the host of the show, the Cajun Contractor, Michael King.
Yeah, that's right. Home Talk USA now is the #1 most listened to and downloaded home improvement radio program. If you want to join us here, 1-800-259-5791. AskMichaelKing.com if you'd like me to help you with your home improvement project. If you'd like to go to our website and sign up for our weekly newsletter, or maybe you want to know some upcoming guests and topics, that's HomeTalkUSA.com. All right, got a great final hour for you. I'm going to jump right into it. As you know, we're in the highlight of the summer months, but hey, in another couple months, hey, a lot of our northern affiliates and northern listeners are going to be fighting snow and ice. So we're going to start the process just a little early. So my next guest is Stephen Vernick. He is with SafePaw Ice Melter. Hey, Stephen, how you doing, my friend?
Great, Michael. How are you doing? Thanks for having me.
Oh, if life was any better for me, I'd be scared to wake up in the morning, Stephen. Hey, we got probably another couple months before it's going to get cold and snowy and rainy and all that bad stuff up in the north. I want to talk about SafePaw. I mean, SafePaw, why is SafePaw a better way to melt ice and snow than the traditional ice melters?
Sure. Well, most people are used to using salt and traditional ice melters, and perhaps they just don't know what's happening with those ice melters and what the difference is between our ice melter and their ice melter. Ours is completely safe for the environment, your property, your plants, and your animals, including your pets and children, even if they eat it. Our product, not only that, is scientifically designed to outperform other ice melters. It will melt to lower temperatures, it will work faster, and last longer than any other ice melter on the market.
Now, who developed SafePaw? I mean, and SafeThaw, and why?
Sure. Mr. Greenwald was a chemical engineer. He graduated from school, and he started working for industrial power plants and nuclear power plants. And one thing he heard was that they needed to melt ice and snow without damaging the environment or damaging the concrete structures or anything that would be conductive. So he started working in the garage and started creating ice melters, and he got really good at it and developed a product at the time. It was called SafePaw. And then our pet was walking around the yard, and it happened to walk on the street, and then it walked on some salt, got some sores on the salt, and he said, you know what, this is a problem I think we can solve. So he went back to the drawing table, and he created a new ice melter that was completely safe for not just their paws, but for the pet all around, where they could eat it, and it just would work awesome.
Wow, what a tremendous story. Now, you explain what is SafePaw and what makes it really better to melt ice and snow than traditional ice melters. But I'm going to take it one step further. I mean, how does it work differently, say, from other ice melters, though? I mean, the actual functionality of it.
That is a great question, and I love it because we get to talk a little bit about science. What happens when water freezes is you have oxygen and hydrogen molecules that will bond to each other, and the colder the temperature, the tighter the bond. So a lot of ice melters, like salt, will use heat to reverse that process, where they will, when they react with the water, they create heat and they'll separate that those hydrogen and oxygen molecules. But that heat and also the corrosiveness of salt is a major problem and very dangerous for many things. Our product, SafePaw, works differently. What happens is it actually chemically and molecularly gets in between those oxygen and hydrogen bonds and separates them and pulls them apart. You'll even notice that the temperature will actually get a little cooler because the melting temperature dropped. Now, this allows us to melt ice without changing the temperature, which is going to help protect concrete from the freeze-thaw cycle. Not only that, it's not going to allow for any other damage as well.
Now, how safe is SafePaw, SafeThaw? I mean, is it safe for everything?
Sure. SafePaw is safe for pets, children. They can eat it. It won't damage the concrete. It won't damage paints, rubbers, plastics. You can use it on the roofs. You can use it around power lines because it's non-conductive. They use it on helipads a lot because when the wind picks up, it doesn't doesn't knock the SafePaw out of place. See, that's another thing, is SafePaw is made up of multiple layers and will actually bore its way down to the surface of whatever you're trying to melt the ice off of. And this will make it so you're not going to lose product that might blow off. On top of that, it will spread along the surface and break the tension between the ice and the surface, which will allow you to remove ice and snow very easily. It's probably the best ice melting experience you'll have. Wow.
What about competing products, though? I'm trying to think of something off the top of my head.
Sure.
I have a saying on the show, I'm an originator, not a duplicator. So what about origination here?
Sure. Well, our product was the first ice melt product that was designed to, replace salts. And being the first is sometimes tricky because a lot of times people might not see the need for a new product right away, but over time, our product had really proved itself, and people, started getting more eco-conscious and caring about their pets. And so over time, people said, hey, you know what, that doesn't seem like that's a bad market. So perhaps what we should do is we should create a product and get into the market. And so what they did was they said, well, what's bad about ice melters? What's bad for pets? And the first thing they saw was that rock salt is jagged. And seeing that it's jagged, they knew that it might cut the pads of the dog's paws. And so what they did was they took rock salt and they rounded it off, and they said, look, it's pet-friendly or safer for the paws. And you'll see words like friendly and safer. And, friendly, what do you mean friendly, or safer? Safer than what? And so those products weren't necessarily any good because the salt will actually heat up to about 175 degrees, and it will burn the paw of any pet. Not only that, they'll lick it and they'll get it in their eye, and it's just a very bad situation for them. On top of that, you have some brands that said, you know what, rock salt is bad for pets. It doesn't matter if you round it off or not. So what we'll do is we'll make a blend. We'll make a blend of some of this and some of that, and some of this and some of that. And we'll use all these cheap products. That way we can market it and sell it. And it's better than rock salt. And that's where you'll see that word safer than rock salt.
Well, my friend,
really,
we're out of time. We're out of time, my friend. I want to get you. We're going to definitely get you back on.
Thank you.
No, go ahead and give me your email address right quick. Your email address.
Well,
your website. Your website. I apologize. Your website.
No problem. The website is www.safepaw.com.
SafePaw.com. SafePaw.com. Hey, Stephen, thank you for being. You got it, Stephen. Thank you so much for being our guest on Home Talk, my friend. Okay.
Thanks, Mike.
All right.